वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
Hare Krishna. So first of all, I would like to request to all of you, please bless us so that whatever we are going to speak, we can apply those teachings in our life. So our topic is
Actually, if you remove and put, it comes. You remove that and put it again. Again put it. Now put it. Okay. Touching the throat.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So our topic is satisfy and please Guru. Till now, we have covered the first group told about inquiry. When we inquire from a spiritual master, we get instructions. And after getting instructions, we apply those instructions. And if we follow those instructions, by that we get the blessings of our spiritual master. And from that, our spiritual master will be pleased. Now, our topic is how we can satisfy and please our spiritual master. So, before going to the topic, I would like to narrate a story, a small story. So, there was a spiritual master, a guru, and his three disciples. Once upon a time, he called his three disciples and gave instructions to each of them. He gave 3 rooms separately to each of the disciple and told, "You go and clean the room." So he was his instructions: go and simply clean the room. So first disciple, he took the instructions as a burdensome. उनको लगा कि यार मैं गुरु बना ही लिया हूँ, अब काम तो करना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं करूँगा तो कहीं निकाल देंगे तो दिक्कत आ जाएगी. So he went to the room, just clean the room and collect all the garbages and put outside the room. The second disciple goes inside the room. He applies some intelligence. He goes inside the room, clean the room, collect all the garbages and put it into the dustbin. And the third disciple, he goes inside the room. He takes this instruction very seriously. He understood the mood of our spiritual master, their spiritual master. Goes inside the room, clean the room very minutely and collect all the garbages, put it into dustbin, and again come into the room, mop the room and dry up the whole room very minutely. So I'm going to ask, among these 3, which disciple will please the most and why? Yes, Guruji. Yes. Actually, in Shastras, there are 3 types of disciples. The first one is those who does not obey the instruction of a spiritual master. And the second one is those who takes the information and just follow that information, whatever he has allotted to, he has allotted. And the third one is, which supermost is that who understood the mood of our speech, mood of Guru, take the instruction, churn it, plan it, and apply it in our daily life. So there are many examples in Shastras where we have seen that after following the instructions very rigidly, understanding the mood of a spiritual master, we can not only please our Guru, by pleasing our Guru, we can satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead also. Just like in morning, in Mangal Arti, we sing Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. So Prabhupada writes in many times in purport that the secret of success in a spiritual life is to please a spiritual master. And by pleasing, we can get the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So why is it necessary to please Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because this is our goal of life. We are human beings, and the main purpose of our life is to somehow or other get the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. But we are not in the condition that we can directly access to Supreme Lord. So there should be an agent by which we can get connected to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by pleasing, just like Prabhupada also says, if you want to please master, please its servant, please their servant. So just like many examples, Devhuti, Mother Devhuti, he was not a common lady. He was a daughter of King Swayambhu Manu and the wife of great yogi, Karda Muni. But in spite of having all these capabilities, when he comes from before the son Kapil Dev, he admits himself as totally ignorant woman, like ignorant woman. So when we submit ourselves submissively, meekly, humbly, obediently before our spiritual master, by that behavior, our spiritual master gets pleased. So that is the key point. We have to become submissive and obedient. Submissive, it represents our attitude. Submissive means we lower our desire and put others, Guru's desire, higher than our desire. And to obedient means it's reflect in our action. Like in case of Prithu Maharaj, when four Kumaraj met Prithu Maharaj, they also instruct Prithu Maharaj that if you want to fix in attachment to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have to get the mercy of spiritual master. So there are many instances from that we can see that unless and until we can satisfy our Guru, we cannot get the mercy of our spiritual master, Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So our next member will describe some of the examples how in past many devotees rigidly followed the instruction of a spiritual master and finally get the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, Adipurush Ramchandra will tell further.
Hare Krishna. I with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual masters, and all the Vaishnava assembled here before I speak. So, as Prabhuji said in his talk, that the secret of success in a spiritual life is satisfying the spiritual master and getting his sincere blessings. The question arises: how can we satisfy or please our Guru? Can anyone tell that how we can please our spiritual masters? Yes, Prabhuji? Yeah, by following his instructions. But follow. Anyone else? Yes, Prabhuji? Understanding his mode of practice. So we can see from the examples of Srimad Bhagavatam or other Vedic literatures how devotees please their Guru. So first, following Guru's instructions rigidly. Can anyone say that who followed the his Guru's instruction rigidly and got success in his spiritual life? Dhur Maharaj, yes. Our example is Dhur Maharaj. So what happens that when Dhur Maharaj wanted to sit on the lap of his father, then the stepmother of Dhur Maharaj forbade. He told that if you at all want to sit on the lap of a father, first you go and please Lord Vishnu, take birth in my womb, then in the next birth you can able to sit. So in that mood he was like angry. So he went to his mother Suniti. Then Suniti, his mother, told, because don't become envy with your Suruchi, your stepmother. Your mother was saying rightly. You go and please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You go to forest and please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Dhruva followed his mother's instruction very rigidly. Like he was only a 5-year-old boy. He did not think how I can go to jungle, what will I eat, how can I live, what can I drink. So he started going, he left his palace and started going towards forest. Then Narad Muni met in between and he gave instructions. And that instruction that you follow the Stanga Yoga method and you chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And we can see that within a period of 6 months only, he followed the process of his spiritual master rigidly. And within a 6 months, he got darshan of Lord Vishnu. And what he else got? He got freed from greed and envy. Greed toward attaining the kingdom and envy towards his stepmother. So we can see that Dhruv Maharaj followed the instructions rigidly and he got success in a spiritual life. And second came giving up on attachment and following Guru's instruction. Can you give the example? Who prioritized the instruction of Guru beside his own attachment, his own comfort? Upamanyu also. Srila Prabhupada. Others? Like I have taken the example of Arjuna here. Like in the beginning of battlefield, Arjuna was perplexed, Arjuna was confused, Arjuna was sorrow. He was not able to decide whether to fight or not fight, better to conquer or to be conquered. So in that dilemma, what he did? He surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is spiritual master Krishna. Sisaste ham sadhimam tom papannam. So what happened? After when he got the instruction in the form of Bhagavad Gita, then what happened? Just like Arjuna told, Lord Krishna told that I have given you the instruction. It's up to you. You may follow or not follow. Then what Arjuna told? Nast moha smiti labdha tat prasad maya chuda. What? Isthita asmi gad sandeya karishya bachanam tava. Then Arjuna chose to follow the instruction of Lord Krishna. As Prabhuji mentioned in yesterday lecture, Arjuna chose to follow the instruction of Lord Krishna. And what happens? He became victorious. He emerged victorious, all the Pandavas, and he regained his kingdom in this earth. So we can see that Arjuna prioritized the Krishna's instruction and followed, and he became successful. And the third example is, although a disciple was not so much qualified, but still Guru Maharaj gave him instructions and he followed instruction. South Indian Brahmana, yes. So South Indian Brahmana, what instruction his Guru Maharaj gave? That you read 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita daily. When the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Ranganath temple, when he see that a Brahmana is holding Bhagavad Gita and he's crying. He's holding the Bhagavad Gita and crying. Then he told, why are you crying reading Bhagavad Gita? Then what this Brahmana said? Brahmana says, Vipra kahi murkha ami. शब्दार्थे नाही जानी शुद्ध शुद्ध गीता पढ़ी गुरु आज्ञा मानी. Yes, I am a foolish, I am ignorant, I am illiterate. I don't know the meanings of this Bhagavad Gita. But I sometimes read correctly and collectively because my Guru Maharaj has instructed me to read this Bhagavad Gita. That's why I am reading. So we can see what happens. He attained the love of Godhead. He attained when he saw the picture of Lord Parthasarathi, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked her, why are you crying? And he told that I am seeing the picture of this Lord Parthasarathi, how this Lord Krishna became the chariot of Arjuna. Then I became so much ecstatic that how Lord is so much compassionate. And he got the embrace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can see from this example that if one follow the Guru's instruction, then we can get the success in our spiritual life. So our next Deepak will tell further examples. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the fourth was that knowing Guru's mood and serve accordingly. So Srila Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita 4.34 purport, Prabhupada says that the satisfaction of self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. So in order to advance in spiritual life, we have to satisfy our spiritual master. But to satisfy spiritual master, we have to first understand his mood and then we have to serve him accordingly. So I will narrate you one pastime in which there were two disciples, and in one of them he served his spiritual master according to his mood, while another was not able to serve. So the example is Ishwarpuri and Ramchandrapuri. So as all of you know that Madhvendra Puri, when he was approaching his like old age, so he was not able to move from his bed So Ishwar Puri, and he always Madhavendra Puri always crying in separation of the Lord. So Ishwar Puri, he understood that the cry of Madhavendra Puri is not due to the pain of the body, because in old days there is so much pain in the body, but that cry is due to separation from the Lord. He understood the mood of Madhavendra Puri, and he used to serve him menially, like Prabhuji told that he used to clean the stool and urine of Madhavendra Puri. He used to cook and offer prasadam to Lord, and then offer to the his spiritual master. And sometime when Madhavendra Puri used to feel intense separation from Lord, then Ishwar Puri used to recite prayers or pastimes of the Lord from Shrimad Bhagavatam, which pleases Madhavendra Puri so much, so that one day Madhavendra Puri embraced Ishwar Puri and told that you will get Krishna Prema. And by his service, he pleased Supreme Lord, and then Supreme Lord himself, in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, took initiation from Ishwar Puri. But there was one more another disciple, which name is Ramchandra Puri. So he not able to understand the mood of Madhavendra Puri. When Madhavendra Puri used to cry, he came and told that why you are crying. In old age, you should meditate on Brahman. You fix your mind in Brahman. But Madhavendra Puri became very angry on him and chastised him strongly and told him to go away. And because he not able to understood the mood and it displeased his spiritual master, he became offensive towards devotees. And at last he offended Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So we can understand that pleasing Guru is very, very important. And for pleasing, we have to understand his mood. And how we can understand his mood? So we can understand his mood by submissive hearing. So there is can anyone tell that like any example that any disciple who understood the mood of his spiritual master by hearing? Yes, Srila Prabhupada. So like once Srila Prabhupada was like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he came to Allahabad, so one of disciple told that Abhay want to take initiation from him. So then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told that yes, I know him. He likes to hear. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur like saw that Srila Prabhupada always likes to hear from his spiritual master. So once also that there was Vyas Puja of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and in Vyas Puja, Srila Prabhupada wrote one poem. And in that there was one stanza which says that absolute is sentient, thou has proved, impersonal calamity thou has removed. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur heard this poem, he became very much pleased. He told that he know my mood and whatever he write, print it. So because of knowing the mood of his spiritual master, he able to preach the message of Krishna consciousness all over the world. So this is the secret, that when we hear our spiritual master very submissively, then we can imbibe his teachings, his moods in our life, and we can please him. Now we now suppose we think that what is the need of pleasing our spiritual master? We can gain Krishna's mercy by our inborn capabilities also. So this part will be explained by our Chittavari Prabhu.
Oh, still you have one more? Okay, last or? Last one. Okay, okay. I think you have exceeded how many minutes? 2 more minutes they have taken. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
We'll give some minus marks for it. Extra Kannada.
So this is our second question, or second part of our presentation. Here we will talk about the difference between our inborn capabilities and the mercy of the Guru. So our inborn capabilities are dependent on our karma of previous life, but the mercy depends only on the Guru and Krishna. Like we have seen many examples in our own life also. Like we personally are not qualified, but the seniors approached us and make us qualified to practice this. And also we see Srila Prabhupada, how he went in the West, and there people are indulged in so many sinful activities. But by the causeless mercy, Prabhupada elevated them. We see the examples of Dhruva Maharaj also. Can you please do the next? So Dhruva Maharaj, by the mercy of Srila Narada Muni, he achieved the Supreme Lord. So the mercy or empowerment by the Guru will make one humble. This is the difference. And inborn capabilities may make one pride also. But pride, we know it does not attract the mercy of Krishna. But if we are humble, it attracts Krishna's mercy. As said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Dinera adhika daya kare bhagavan kulina pandita dhanir bada bhiman. To the meek and humble, Lord is very merciful. They attract the mercy of the Lord. So by the mercy of Guru, we can become humble and we can attract the mercy of the Lord. And by getting the mercy, we will get spiritual qualities which make us glorious. Like example, we can see Jayanand Prabhu, his disappearance day is made like a festival, he announced by Srila Prabhupada. And this mercy of Guru is sure to take us to Krishna. But our inborn capabilities may take to Krishna and may also not take to Krishna. Like if we apply this in service of Krishna and to serve Krishna, then we can get Krishna by our capabilities, but it is not possible always. But by the mercy of Guru, it is sure that we will get Krishna. Next, as Prahlad Maharaj also says, like material qualifications, he says, "Manne dhana bhijana rupa tapah shrutaujas tejo prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayuttha paya." That the material qualifications does not attract the mercy of the Lord. Only by the bhakti, or bhakti how we get? By the mercy of Guru, by the empowerment of the spiritual master. So by the mercy of Guru, we can attract Krishna's grace, we can practice bhakti. Next, by the mercy of Gurudev, we can do the things which are materially impossible. Like our Prabhupada, what he has done. In that case, in that old advanced age, it is simply impossible for anyone. Materially, no one can do like that. But it is only the mercy of his spiritual master that by following his instructions, by praying, by getting his blessings, he had achieved so many things. But materially, there is limitations. We cannot do that. So spiritual things is like that. So when we get the mercy of Krishna, then we are sure to go back to Godhead, back to Godhead. And that we get by pleasing our Guru, by satisfying our Guru. So it is very like compulsory in our life that we make an endeavor to please and satisfy our spiritual masters, because that by that we can get the mercy of Krishna, and we can develop a good mood of surrender. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur here says, Nija bala chesta prati bharasa chariya tomara ichhaye achi nirbhara kari. So this mood comes only by the mercy of the spiritual master. So thank you.
Haribol. Very nice. Okay, I'll tell the feedback now only, but I will not speak on it. Huh? Because speaking we will do after both the groups. Otherwise you'll forget. Huh? Correct. Serve and satisfy, no? Satisfy? Satisfy and please. Oh, sorry. This is the one. Okay, you all can only read. You have the mic with you?
Satisfy and please.
Give it to them. They are doing their own feedback. Huh?
Not only they presented their own, but also told what the other groups presented to show the continuity of their topic with the previous groups. Brilliant beginning.
Yeah.
Nice.
So For example, when you are doing a panel discussion, or if you are presenting some series, to refer to the other speakers on the stage, or to refer to the previous groups is a sign of broad-mindedness and appreciation for the fellow beings. Probably this is the first group who did that. Give them an applause. Haribo. Otherwise, when we present our own thing, we don't recognize the presence of others. So they made a beginning, but it can be even little more refined. They can say that team 1 spoke on, inquire. Team 2 spoke on inquire here. Then they spoke on apply. And then 4th team spoke on serve. Now, keeping the continuity, we are going to present on satisfy and please. So they can say that, okay, go ahead.
Nice way of presenting. Tell a story and ask questions to audience. To talk about importance of pleasing a spiritual master to attain Krishna, you can give a more appropriate and relatable example.
You can give a more appropriate and relatable example. It was said, what was said?
If you want to please master, please his servant. Not very prevalent.
Yeah. I have given other examples. Read below.
Instead of above, you can consider saying, if you want to meet big man, please his personal assistant. Easily understandable.
Correct now?
Yes.
And then?
If you love me, you should love my dog. Well-known saying.
Correct now? That Prabhupada only says that. But when you say, if you want to please master, please his servant, so people will say, for example, you go to a big Jamindar's house, you don't please a servant in the garden or something. You try to meet him directly. So PA is considered an assistant. So generally to meet big shots also, it is very easy for you to go through PA. So many times in ISKCON temples also, we invite the PA to temple, give him nice prasad, give him garland, give him darshan, and make him happy. And he's very satisfied. You'll say, no, I will take you to that big man. And he will tell you. Then he takes you to the big man. Otherwise, big man doesn't give appointment. He's super busy. PA only fixes his appointment. And PA will tell you, I will bring the big man on his birthday to the temple. And we ask him, what all we should do? You do these things. So we have a garland ready and puja plate ready, everything. And the big man comes, offers the arati, and then give him prasad, give him Prabhupada books. And when he goes back, take the checkbook, take 10 lakh rupees, take it. So you take care of PA and PA will take care of you. PA will bring the big man. Similarly, you want to approach Krishna, it's very easy to go through his pure devotees. Because Krishna says, Sadhavo hridayam makyam, sadhunam hridayam tvaham, madanyatte na jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. I am in the heart of my devotees, he says. And devotees are in my heart. I don't think of anybody other than my devotees. And devotees don't think of anybody other than me, as it says. So therefore, one devotee was telling, अरे माया भी झूठी नहीं है, भगवान भी पकड़ में नहीं आते. भगवान पकड़ में नहीं आते क्योंकि बहुत दूर है. माया एकदम निकट है लेकिन हम छूट नहीं पाते. क्या किया जाए? बीच वाले को पकड़ो, बोला उसने. बीच वाले कौन है? गुरुजी. गुरुजी ने कृष्ण के चरणों को भी पकड़ लिया, माया से भी छूट गए. इसलिए उनको पकड़ लो, हम भी छूट जाएंगे. That's the secret. Because Guru has escaped Maya and he is holding on Krishna's lotus feet. But Krishna is far away, he doesn't come in our catch, and Maya is not leaving us. So best intelligence is to catch the Guru. Because Guru is easily available. If you please him, serve him, satisfy him, then then he will also make you like him. Kritvatma sura rishida Bhagavan grihit soham katam na visrujet avabritya sevam. Prahlad said, my Guru Narada made me exactly like himself. Which means he can make you liberated also. He can make you awaken love for Krishna also. That's why hold on to Guru's instruction. Go ahead.
Nice big questions on screen. How to please Guru?
All stout questions they put. So that audience, you don't have to rub your eyes and see what is there on the screen. Very big letters. Very good.
Throwing such a question to audience kept everyone enthusiastic in listening as well as participating by raising hands and contributing.
Yes.
Speakers' persuasive and high-pitched tone makes the subject interesting and keeps audience attentive.
Who was the speaker? What's your good name? Adi Purush? Adi Purush Ramachandra Prabhu. Haribo. He has a high-pitched tone and persuasive tone. Audience, everybody was attentive to him because he made it. Speech was very persuasive. You know the meaning of the word persuasive? Persuasive means there is a kind of earnestness in the speaker to convince the audience to understand the subject. And if you speak in a monotone, then audience will go to sleep. One should try to please Guru and try to serve Guru and then this way go back home, back to God. Whether you speak. Then audience are not going to take you seriously. Audience will take it. So, whatever speaker was very persuasive speaker with a high pitched tone, isn't it? Then when you raise the pitch, then everybody also is very attentive. क्या हो गया? प्रभु जी क्या बोल रहे हैं? सुनो अभी. Very attentive. And then
Slides are well prepared with little text and picture, and also speaker quoted relevant sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, making presentation absorbing to audience.
see, the slides are well prepared. Only thing is wherever there was picture below, the text was very small. If you want to put some text, it should be visible and readable by the audience. But the relevant shlokas were quoted. Very nice. Yeah. And then?
Now there are lots of details presented
below?
Below pictures, font size appears too small.
Correct.
Make it a little bigger.
Okay.
Now there are lots of details presented in slides. It would be great if the last speaker can give a kind of summary points, gathering all the slides' main point together, so that audience can carry home the vital points.
Yeah. A good speaker means when you are opening the talk, like your topic is what? Satisfy and please. So when you are opening the topic, you can give some example, because examples, stories, or anecdotes, analogies, these things are very striking. So now I'll tell you, if I were to speak on the topic, I would begin like this. One day, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj went to one very big man. And that man said, I can't give any money, but you can use my big vehicle. One day, if you want, you can keep it with you, he said. Maharaj said, what will I do with this vehicle? That too only for one day. Tomorrow I have to return it back. Anyway, he took that big vehicle, very costly car, something like Lamborghini type of very big car. So when he brought it to temple, he thought, one good thing I can do today, if I go in this big car, anybody will welcome me into their house. Watchmen are not likely to stop you. Because if you have a very costly car, because bada party, they will think. Correct, no? So then he took the car, and whichever place he went, he got a red carpet welcome. In all the places that day. He went to some dozen people, big people. So he went to one big man's house, and the watchman immediately opened the door, seeing the big car. He went inside. So then when he went inside the house, the man was a busy man. He said, I didn't see anybody taking appointment. Without appointment, who has come? He was asking. He said, no, sir, I just wanted to check in case you have time, I can talk to you a few minutes. So the man was pretty busy. He said, I have to make some phone calls. He was in the other room, I'll talk to you. Meanwhile, there was a small kid. So Maharaj gave him one rasagulla. The boy ate the rasagulla and said, wow, what is this? I've never eaten anything like this. Uncle, can I get one more? Yeah, so he gave him second one. He ate. And the boy started dancing. So when the father came, he saw his son excited, dancing and blissful, gleaming with joy. So then his father asked the Maharaj that, please tell me, how did you make my son so enthusiastic? I always wanted to see my son very spirited. Today he seems to be very spirited. Immediately he took the checkbook and wrote 5 lakh rupees, take it. And then he said, this is only a small token I'm giving you, I'll give you more. Later, you seem to be a monk. You're all doing good work, thank you. Keep encouraging my son like this, he said. And then Maharaj left. So 1 month later, Maharaj gave a call. And the PA was telling, no, sorry, our boss is very busy. And he said, I don't want to meet the boss. I want to talk to his son. So he gave it to the son, and son took. Son asked, who is that? He said, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, uncle, you only once brought. You never brought him. You never brought it for the second time. I am waiting for you, he said. He said, but your papa is not calling me. Huh? He said, I am calling you, come. Huh? I will tell papa today. I have called you. You come. Again, second time he went. And that fellow became life member. Next time. So he was telling, his papa was a very big man, but his beta was a small boy. And he was very much connecting with Maharaj for his love and for giving the prasad and everything. So here is an example of how, for a father, most dear personality is his own son. Similarly, for the Supreme Lord, who is most dear, is devotee. So if you please someone who is very dear to the Lord, then you can easily please the Lord. That's the principle. So you can open with some story like this, because story is something which people see. You can come like this. Haribol. When the story you can relate very easily and people are fully attentive. See, in the beginning of any class, the people's mind is diffused. Somebody is thinking, today I have to catch a train, I have to do this, I have to do that. Yeah. College, I have to do some assignment when I go back. 3 days we were just standing and dancing. Now we have to go and do some homework. All are thinking. And then you start a story. When everybody is laughing, people are saying, Kya bola Prabhuji ne?" They become curious, correct, no? Either humor or story or some example or analogy or anecdote or experience you share in the beginning of the class. That's a very good hook for bringing all the diffused minds to a focal point. To one and not only that, you bring them to a focal point, and secondly, you should create a hunger for the topic. How do you create a hunger? What is the topic in hand now? It is important for us to satisfy and please Guru, correct, no? So to create a hunger for the topic means, why should I satisfy and please Guru? Why not? Why should I not? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You tell him to come like this. So, in this way, if you tell like this story now, I said, it becomes hence proved, correct, no? What is proved? You can't approach big people directly. You have to go through somebody who is approachable to you, but one who is very dear to that big person. Becomes very, very easy to understand, correct, no? So, now after having established this point, then the next step what you can do, you can say that what all you are going to talk today. Huh? Now, you fellows showed very nice slides. You quoted some very CC shlokas in very nice raga also, tune also. Very nice it was. Only thing is, we were enjoying your presentation. Suddenly we realized that too many slides have gone and what all you spoke, we felt little lost. Any of you felt lost? Or I am the only one? Huh? Little lost, because a lot of things were there. So now for us, it's difficult to remember. So what a good speaker should do, in the beginning only, you should say that these are the 4 things we are going to speak today. Huh? So what are the 4 things you are speaking? Take the mic. What are some 4 or 5 things? What is the first thing you presented in your slideshow? Who presented first? What is the first thing you said about?
Importance of pleasing Guru.
Importance of pleasing Guru. And that mainly...
giving examples like Devhuti Mother and Prithu Maharaj.
So you gave that. Second slide. What was the second point? You were speaking on which all?
How we can please Guru, like following his instructions.
So, first point is why we should please Guru. Huh? Why we should please Guru. And second point,
how we should please.
How we should please Guru. So first was why and second was how. Huh? So in that main examples you are giving where?
Dhruv Maharaj.
How Dhruva pleased his Guru.
Krishna, Arjuna pleased Krishna.
Arjuna pleased Krishna. And then?
Then South Indian Brahmana.
South Indian Brahmana pleased Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So he said how to please Guru. Third?
2 more examples, Ishwar Puri and Prabhupada.
Okay. So how to please Guru? So he quoted 2 more examples, Ishwar Puri and Prabhupada. How to please Guru. Okay. And then?
Yes,
that was the conclusion?
Understanding the mood of Guru and hearing service.
That is another topic. Your point was understanding the mood of Guru. So his topic is how to please Guru. Yours is serving Guru by understanding the... that's very important. Correct, no? We should not do something on our own. Like the other day I was giving example. One boy is not waking up in the morning, is not chanting 16 rounds, he's not attending classes. One day he told me that, Prabhuji, I am going to Braj. He said, what are you going to do in Braj? He said, I'm going to Dandavati Parikrama. He said, my Lord, Dandavati Parikrama is a very difficult one, you know. You know, they offer obeisances, get up and again offer all through. I said, why are you undertaking such a difficult austerity? He said, what, Prabhuji? You know, I am very lazy. I am not doing anything. I thought I should do some severe austerity. After studying Dhruva Maharaj, I got inspired. Yeah. So now he is getting directly inspiration from Dhruva Maharaj. I said, Prabhupada, your spiritual master, so many senior people are right here available. They are telling you, take the bead bag and chant 16 rounds. That you are not doing. And you are directly inspired. So this is example of a whimsical fellow. What fellow? Yeah. So this kind of example you can give, that you should not do what the Acharya is not pleased to see you doing. Don't do anything independently. Do something what Acharya has emphasized. Like you do Harinam Sankirtan, you chant the holy name, you do attend the morning program, you know, you take prasad, take darshan of deity. These are the austerities we have to do. What austerities? Devotional austerities. Don't undertake something on your own. One fellow was growing beard. One devotee asked why. Prabhuji, I am following Chaturmas Vrat. What is that? For 4 months he want to grow beard, mustache, and eat only once a day. So, and he is not going out and doing any preaching or service, just chanting all day. I said, where does Prabhupada tell you to do this? Prabhupada will be very upset with you. No, Prabhuji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says we should follow Chaturmas Vrat. See, you are not, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is our previous Acharya. But for us, founder Acharya, Prabhupada stands out in our entire parampara. If you are going to quote Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaksansar Thakur and different acharyas in the line, they all, according to Deshkala Patra, they have prescribed something. Now for us, Prabhupada know what kind of people we are. For this day and age, Prabhupada has prescribed. He has prescribed this Chaturmas Vrata is not required. In the Chaturmas also, Prabhupada wanted us to, go out and distribute books in Sankirtan and preach and distribute prasad and practice regularly. Prabhupada, I can show you conversations. Prabhupada says you don't have to grow beard because we are not a Bhajananandi movement. We are a Goshtianandi movement. So follow whose mode? Prabhupada's mode. Don't follow anything. Now, Prachetas are underwater for 10,000 years. You also go underwater now. We will see how many, 5 minutes you cannot remain underwater. I follow Prachetas, somebody says. Don't follow anybody's mood. You follow Prabhupada's mood, what Prabhupada has taught. So you are talking a very important topic. So he said, why surrender? He said, how to surrender? And you talked about mood. Understand the mood of the Guru and surrendering accordingly. Otherwise, Guru will be displeased with us. Like, for example, somebody says, I'm surrendering to Guru, but I will surrender in my own way. Correct, no? Like I am telling you, Prabhuji, let's go to Mayapur. You say, no, I am going to South India Yatra. All of us are going for Mayapur for camp. No, you all go to Mayapur camp, I'll go to South India camp. I am also surrendering. Surrendering to whom? Surrendering to your own mind. Correct, no? So you should surrender the way that Guru is expecting you to surrender. Talking about the mood. That's the conclusion. And then?
Actually, there was 2 questions, Prabhuji. First question was to give some examples that who followed his spiritual master and what favor he get. In that, they spoke 5 example and details in that. And the second question was to find the difference between the mercy of Guru and our inborn capability.
That is another topic. That means the difference between depending on the mercy of Guru versus depending on one's own personal endeavor. That's a very important topic also. So that means almost 5 topics they have. Correct, no? So when there are 4 or 5 topics, in the beginning only you can say, today we will tell you why surrender to Guru and how to surrender to Guru, how to know the mood of the Guru and accordingly surrender. And in conclusion, we are going to tell you the difference between, progressing in spiritual life by our own efforts and depending on Guru. So like that you say, and then one by one they present. Now people will know, these 5 things they said, one is over now. Abhi ek ho gaya, dusra ho gaya, tisra ho gaya, chautha ho gaya, panchwa ho gaya, bas, all fire over. Now these guys are going to conclude. And the concluding person should say, today, in summary, we spoke about, why we should surrender to Guru. And he spoke how to surrender to Guru. And he said the mood of Guru, understanding it. And I spoke about this. Hope the subject matter is clear to all of you. We gave multiple examples for each of it. And in conclusion, here is a call for action. We would like to give all of you. What is the call for action? In our life, we all are performing some kind of devotion service. Ask this question to yourself. Are you trying to satisfy and please somebody? Or you are just practicing spiritual life, not knowing for whom are you doing it for? Huh? Think about it. Huh? If I am going to mechanically perform my Mangalarti, chanting, everything, it's not that I want progress. I'll make some progress. But at the same time, if I have somebody to please in my heart, then I am very strongly situated. Huh? So if your affection for Prabhupada is very strong, then you will say that I am doing book distribution for whose pleasure? For Prabhupada's pleasure. Huh? I am doing this service because my Guru Maharaj has given me the Pujari service. Huh? My Guru Maharaj has given me the preaching service. Or my senior devotee, so and so devotee has given me the service. Actually, spiritual life means somebody has to give you service. Not that you take whatever you want to do. Huh? Like, for example, Shyamananda Pandit, he was given service by Jiva Goswami to sweep, the Seva Kunj. And then Radharani gave darshan to him. You will see that. Similarly, Abhay Charan, Abhay Babu, he became Abhay Charan Aravinda. Eventually, he became A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. And he was given service by his spiritual master. Correct, no? So, in this way, when we are given a service by a superior Vaishnava, while rendering service, we remember them. So and so gave me the service, and I am making an effort to satisfy the devotee, please the devotee. Every one of us sitting here, if you have somebody above you to whom you feel a strong connection, and that devotee has given you not only general instruction, but a specific instruction. Specific instruction for improvement in spiritual life, specific instruction for entering seva. Both type of specific instruction. Then while doing the service, you will happily do. Chadurani Mataji is doing painting. She knows I am doing for Prabhupada's pleasure. Similarly, Jayananda Prabhu is making Rath cart. He knows for whose pleasure he is making? Prabhupada's pleasure. So everybody should render some service because my senior has told me to. Then you feel a strong sense of belonging to that senior devotee. And then you adore the devotee, you admire the devotee, you try to do the service and give to the devotee. When the devotee is smiling, you feel very happy and satisfied that, oh, he gave the service, I did it now, and the devotee is happy. So we all need to have something like that. Like, for example, in America, American youth preaching, I was sent in 2019 onwards. I go as a GDO, Global Duty Officer, to America. So I was alone in the beginning when I went. So I just went to different temples and I met the leaders. I went and saw different youth preaching activities already happening there in university clubs and all. Mostly they were doing kirtans in the university and prasadam distribution. In some universities, they are doing some yoga classes and kirtan and prasad, like that. Very few places there were talks to the university students. So our plan was we have three types of people in America, ABC. A are Americans born in America. And B are born in America to Indians. So they're like hybrid, because they are from India but settled in America with green card. And these children are born in America. Their English is like American English, but their body is like Indian. Correct, no? When they speak stylishly, it will look like you are wondering, are they American or Indian? Like that. B. And the C is coming from India for studies or job in America. Coming from India means, like, for example, they come for MS to America, or they come to America for job, Google or Amazon, like that they come like. So these three categories I made, and the last category was the one we started preaching. Which one? C. They are the low-hanging fruits. And because many of you also may come to America, correct, no? For higher studies, they are likely to come. So you are already trained in voice. If you come to America, it will be very easy for you to preach. So we identified who are the boys coming from India, and we are also trying to send some boys for higher studies, like that. And then in 10 places, I went to my special master, and then His Holiness Naranjan Maharaj and His Holiness Ranath Maharaj, both of them. They told me that Boston is the hub of education in America. He said the best of the premier colleges are in Boston, like Harvard and MIT. So we took up that. And for Calcutta Temple, we have awarded MIT for preaching. Do you know that? Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Acharya Prabhu and Mukundla Prabhu are leading it. Like that, there are 20 universities in Boston, and each of it is allotted to different devotees. So from India, the Indian preachers who go from India, they're called as YP. We call them YPEA. Youth preacher youth preaching expert advisor. Acharya Prabhu is one of them in that. Then Acharya Prabhu is doing preaching in MIT. That is his main place. And we also have Shadubhi Gaurang Prabhu is assisting in Brooklyn, New York, and in Baltimore, Dasharath Priya Prabhu, and in Dallas, Pankaja Go Prabhu, and in ISV San Jose, Achyuta Mohan Prabhu, and in Houston, Sanatana Dharma Prabhu, and of course in Boston we have Acharya Prabhu, along with him Nimayanand Prabhu also, Nimayanand Prabhu, Mukundala Prabhu, and Acharya Prabhu, three of them. Already MIT preaching is roaring now, going on already. It's picking up now. And in Brooklyn, I would rank Brooklyn as number one. We have a report. They just in 3 months preaching, they have sent us sent almost 70-page report, with all photos and everything. Brooklyn preaching is. I gave it to Nimayanand Prabhu. Nimayanand Prabhu has it if any of you is interested. So MIT is also going on now. So in Boston, what each of these preachers will do, they will preach in Boston, one college, and they will also have one another place which they will focus on. For Acharya Prabhu, there is one place called Phoenix, Arizona. He is going there currently at the moment. He will also eventually connect to San Diego over a period of time. Similarly, LA, Los Angeles, Vikram Gaurang Prabhu, Los Angeles, and Seattle, Karnataka Prabhu. So each of these people are allotted now, and these guys are working full swing. If you see one sample report, you can see Brooklyn, how it is. It's booming now. In America, lot of preaching is happening. In each of these places, what are we doing? You'll be amazed to know we are not doing anything new, the same strategy. Start with device. Do one-time program, discover yourself, and game course. We do. Now, boys are coming to 16 rounds within 8 months to 1 year. In Dallas alone, they have 30 people. In Brooklyn, there are more than 50, 60 devotees and 16 rounds now. Boys, and that's the first step. After this game course, every temple we are going to request them to give a facility in the temple to stay. So Brooklyn temple was the first temple to give us facility for 15 boys to stay. And boys are staying, and the boys are morning, evening, they are entering service in the temple. Daytime they go for jobs. So some of them are American boys also, like Phil is American boy. He was working with Facebook. He's a very wonderful devotee. And his name suits it very well because Phil is very philosophical. So in this way, there is Bailey, Jacob, and many other people. Many other people are also joining now. Some are Americans. We are not focusing now. We are first focusing on C category Indians. Why? There is a reason. In every temple, we want to have 25 to 30 16 rounders who will beautify the temple. How do they beautify? Beauty of a temple is morning program. If our devotees wear dhoti kurta, get up and आप लोग ऐसा ही है, just come. You can tell them to come like this. You tell them. Tell him. So morning, imagine 30 students staying in the temple. I mean, not students, I mean working people. But morning, everybody is wearing dhoti kurta, doing chanting, dancing, Mangalarati and class. And then evening also they put a table and welcome the people, give some laddu or some prasad, and the people take darshan, buy Prabhupada books. How many of you feel the temple will eventually boom? Yes. And that is happening now. So we have BYS, and it's called, why are we calling, instead of voice, we are calling it BYS in America, because Bhaktivedanta Youth Services. Why? Because Prabhupada's name, Bhaktivedanta, should be again revived in America. Because people know him as Bhaktivedanta Swami. So with that idea, I had thought of keeping this name BYS there. So we have BYS in Boston. In Boston, we have 2 BYS centers we have. Each 8 boys are staying. And Brooklyn Temple itself has a center there, about 15 boys are staying. In Dallas, there are 2, UT Dallas, UTA, there are 2 centers coming there. And ISV also, San Jose, there is one center also. So first is to preach to people, and then when the boys become devotees, then have BYS centers in the temple, near the temple. And what is the goal? These boys should come and assist the Prabhupada disciples who are getting very old there. So many of them are, when they are taking the prasadam plate, their hands are trembling. Some of the Prabhupada disciples are very old. I told these boys, you guys should do kasrat, hard work, and they should be giving you wisdom. Huh? Because they are very old now. You know, you make them speak about Prabhupada Leela and you take inspiration from them and you in turn give them physical service. So they are doing services like that in the temple. Number one, they will stay in temple and put up the morning program. Number two, they will render services. Number three, they will go out for two things, book distribution and preaching, youth preaching. This is are the three goals of the BYS. Huh? So when this booms for a period of time, then we will go to category B and category A gradually. In the next 3-4 years, we will do. So now these senior preachers whom I have sent from India, when they are going to America, they send me almost everyday report. I get in my WhatsApp in the computer. Prabhuji, today I went there and today we did this program. Pankaj Gopru has been writing to me. Acharya has been writing to me. So it's a very thrilling life it is. Because they send report, I give some additional points or I appreciate that this thing. So this is how in our dealing in preaching, if you have someone to report above you, for whose pleasure you are working, then your life wouldn't be ordinary life. You like ordinary dosa or special dosa? Yeah. Similarly, your spiritual life can be ordinary spiritual life, special spiritual life. Yeah. When your spiritual life is special, when there is someone above you for whose pleasure you are working for. So these people, when I had spotted them and told them that I'm putting your name for this Western preaching, many of them actually were very grateful and very happy to take it up. Now they're all traveling to West also. Some of them are now waiting for the visa to come. Once the visa comes, so what my plan is, in these 10 places they will preach. When I go, it will be very easy also. And I am already also doing weekly 2 programs for the youth preaching mentors of America. I do 2 programs in a week. 45 minutes I do on Thursday, Friday. Then for the BYS inmates also I do 2 programs I do in a week. I do also. Online I do. Yearly I go 3 months I go to US. January 1st to mid-Feb and 1st September to mid-October. So when I got instruction from my special master and my guru brought even Naranjan Swami also, they both spoke extensively about how important it is. They said this is that time to preach in America. Otherwise, many Prabhupada disciples are at the verge of, leaving the world now. Many of them are getting very old. Before they close their eyes, they want to see something happening in the West. And in this way, they spoke to me for an hour or so. Then I transferred whatever I heard to these people. They all are now bustling with activity now. In Guru Parampara, we don't do service blindly just like that. We work for a mission. Similarly, each of you here, you belong to a certain voice center. Some of you have come from Dhanbad, some of you are locally in Calcutta, some of you come from Rourkela, different places. So, in your own centers, you have the brahmacharis coming. And these brahmacharis are not hanging from the sky. They are not independent. They are also in Guru Parampara. They have their spiritual master, their temple and the Prabhupada connection. So Prabhupada is telling everyone to preach, and then in Guru Parampara, these people are preaching and you are assisting. And every one of you should be spirited to bring new people, suffering souls into the fold of Krishna consciousness. Every soul you bring, if one soul whom you brought becomes a pure devotee, then your ticket back to Godhead is assured. Like Dhruva Maharaj's mother, Suniti, she didn't do any homework. Because Dhruva became pure devotee, she got another plane to go with him back to Godhead. Correct, no? So, therefore, we should keep trying to bring as many souls as possible. And you make an effort to please your immediate superior, one who is your mentor, your counselor, who is in your own center. And if you do that type of devotion service, if you try to satisfy and please your superior, actually, serve, satisfy, please, it's not the same. These 3 are 3 different things. Like one guest came to our Pune temple, NVCC. I called one brahmachari and said, hey, please take him to Prasadam Hall and please give him prasad. So he took him to Prasadam Hall. So he put rice, dal, sabji, chapati. He gave, and he said, Prabhuji, sweet khatam ho gaya. He said, and he told the guest, ठीक है ना? No. He said, अगर आपका और चाहे तो किचन में बोल दीजिए लॉकर में रखा है. They have kept all the buckets inside now. You have come at odd time to temple. 2 बजे आए यहाँ पे. So, and but if you ask them, they will give you, okay? He said, and he went away. So this guest finished the prasad. And then he wanted some more. He saw the lock was there. He found, because the kitchen wala, nobody was around. He went away. Then I asked this devotee, Prabhuji, did you take prasad? Yes, Prabhuji, I took. He said, Prabhuji, why are you so sad? Huh? After taking prasad, you are not so happy, he said. He said, Prabhuji, aur thoda chahiye tha. Huh? But I told one devotee, no, no, Prabhuji, wo to dalkar nikal gaya wo. He didn't stay at all there. He said, I said, okay, I'm sorry. Then I decided whenever guest comes, we should not fix this fellow. Because some people are in their own world. Huh? Then another day, another guest came. So I fixed another brahmachari. So this brahmachari took him to the kitchen and he gave him prasad. And then he told, Prabhuji, you keep taking prasad. I will come back. No? I will come back after 10 minutes. I will come. I have some other work to do. Then I will give you. So again he came back and saw plate was almost empty. And he served a little more. Yeah. So Prabhuji took prasad. And then this devotee said, Prabhuji, आज sweet बनाया था, खत्म हो गया, huh? But if I have to go and bring it, it will take me another 15 minutes. Is it all right? And Prabhuji said, no, I will manage without it. Then when this Prabhuji saw the temple, everything, when he was leaving, he gave him one sweet packet to carry home, he gave. So I asked this guest, so how was everything? He said, oh, the man you gave was a good man, Prabhu. He served me and satisfied me. Huh? Not only he gave me the prasad twice, he also gave me a sweet packet, prasad packet to carry home. Thank you, he said. Another day, some other guest came. So I fixed another devotee. And this fellow not only served prasad, he sat next to him and talked to him. And this devotee asked him many questions. And then after the prasad, they washed a hand. Because sweet was not there, he went and brought from Maduram, we have deity sweets. He brought and gave special sweet to Prabhuji. And Prabhuji said, oh, this looks like very opulent sweet. He said, yes, Prabhuji, you are a special guest, so we are giving you a special sweet. Huh? So he took that. Then he finished the prasad. Then he walked with him, took him to the temple around, took him to Balaji, took him to garden and gift stall, and then brought him. Prabhuji was about to leave. Then this Prabhuji came to my office and said, I asked him, Prabhuji, how was your experience in the temple? Pucho mat Prabhuji, kya experience ho gaya hamara? Huh? What kind of boy you gave me? He not only gave me prasad, he brought a special sweet. He took me around. The kind of experience I had with this boy, I even have noted his number. And he said, whenever I come to one next time, even if you are not there, no problem. I know this person now. I will just give him a call. If he is there, I can come because I am confident that he will take care of me. So that means he served him, satisfied him, and now you all understood the difference between the three. Huh? So what should you do now? You should only serve, or what you should do? The superlative is please, serve, satisfy, and please. In every service you do, anything is given. You can do mediocre, or you can do little better, or you can exceed expectation. So pleasing means exceeding expectation. So much so that person should cry in excitement. Yeah. Like one time, one Prabhupada disciple came to my Special Master's temple in Bombay, and Maharaj made him sit next to him. He was not a big preacher or anything, very simple devotee. Still, Maharaj made him sit on the big Vyasasan, and he was feeling little shy. And Maharaj praised him like anything for about 10 minutes. After hearing that, devotee was in tears. He took the mic and said, Maharaj, your praise for me is embarrassing to me, he was telling. And Ranath Maharaj said, if my praising you is embarrassing to you, that's a success of my praising. Glorifying, yes. So, in everything we do, we should try to exceed expectation. If you exceed expectation, people will cry in ecstasy. If you please the devotees like that, Krishna will come running to you. Krishna cannot hide himself anymore. If anybody is trying to please Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas, exceeding their expectations. So let us give an applause for the team. Hari Bo. Next team. Last team now. Now consult. That's the last team.
Hare Krishna. So
Consult Guru, even when you're advanced. Yeah. Very nice.
we would like to beg blessings of His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu and all the senior devotees and all devotees present here, and express our gratitude to let us repeat the words of senior devotees that we have heard from them. So, as Project quoted the verse, Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kama vikamam manaya prapatam prasangat kritvatmasad surashina bhagavan grihita soham katham nu visijayata bhritya sevam. So, as you can see in this, a small picture is there with Narsimdev of Narsimdev and Prahlad Maharaj. So, Prahlad Maharaj is there in association of Narsimdev. We know that attaining the Supreme Lord is the highest goal of life. But standing there, he is asking. This verse is very special. What makes this verse very special is that he is asking the service of his Guru. So, we know that Guru is one who helps us attain Lord. But in front of Lord, why is he asking the service of his Guru? We hear which is the first principle out of the 64 in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu? Ado Guru Padashray. Which is next? Diksha. So initiation. So that also we call initiation. It means from there bhakti starts. Ado Guru Padashray. In the beginning we should go to spiritual master. So when we say things like that, Tad Vidhi Pranipatana, in the beginning approach a Guru. So when we say things like that, we understand that maybe in the beginning only Guru is needed. But one may develop misconception that maybe the Guru is needed only in the beginning. So this is a big problem if he thinks like that. So we need to understand that the relation between Guru and Prahlad Maharaj is showing the relation between Guru and disciple is not so short that once he is attained, like Guru is not an object to attain God, but the relation goes much far. Once Prabhupada, the disciple, wrote to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, like there is relationship with Krishna in 5 years, maybe with Guru also. We first express in Dasya form, then Madhurya, then Vatsalya, etc. So Prabhupada said, no, this is all rubbish. Between Guru and disciple, there is always one relation. Chakshudan dilo jai, janme janme Prabhu say. Yes, so birth after birth, we have to keep taking shelter of Guru, whether however advanced we become. And who better to show this, who better to demonstrate this than the Lord who came to make us understand by his own example, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as you can see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as soon as he got ecstasy after chanting holy name, he came to Ishwarpuri and he expressed that what kind of mantra have you given to me? I am getting so much ecstasy. And so in that purport, Prabhupada mentions that whatever stage one may be, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling ecstasy in holy name, he is liberated in one sense. So even then he is asking that he is consulting his Guru, he is telling about his current status, and he is asking that what is happening with me. So no matter how advanced one is, he should always ask his Guru. He should always consult his Guru. And in fact, we can see other examples also, like Vyasdev. Vyasdev is also so advanced, but he is expressing to Narad Muni that how can I remove my dissatisfaction. We see in the 11th canto Vasudev and Narad Muni's conversation. So Vasudev is trying to make Narad Muni comfortable. He is thinking that he may not hesitate in instructing me, because he thinks that I am father of the Lord. So he says that when Lord came, I just asked for a son like him. I did not ask for liberation. So again, he is consulting even after his advanced stage. And also, why we should consult? Because this relationship with Guru is very long. We hear Tadera Charan Se Bhakta Sanivas Janame Janam Hoye Ei Abhilash. So Prabhupada mentions that as soon as Ishwarpuri hears about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's success, he smiles and he tells him that this is great. This is the success of chanting Mahamantra, and anyone who chants this happens with him. And so Prabhupada mentions that just like a parent feels happy when a small baby is crawling, that he has learned to crawl, he has learned to walk. Similarly, a guru feels happy. Therefore, consulting does not mean that again and we have to just ask when we have any problem, but we should report our status also to the Guru. Now, I shared some examples what happens when we have seen that great devotees are consulting
the spiritual master whenever there is need. But what happens when they don't consult? So this is the first topic of our group discussion, how our life gets goes to astray when we don't consult. Just before starting this, I would just give a final example of Prabhupada. That Prabhupada also, when he was in Jhansi, he was very adamant to preach in Jhansi. He got a place and he was preaching. People were also coming, but somehow that place went away, and he was fighting with all blood and sweat to get that back. But he consulted Bhakti Pragya Keshav Maharaj, and he said one of the learnings of his Guru Maharaj Bhakti Sanskrit Thakur from very old time, that Bhakti Sanskrit Thakur did not approve of centers very far away from cities or big metropolis very much. So he quickly left his desire, or he left his efforts to make that center, and he embarked on his next journey. So now I will request Ravi Shankar Prabhu to begin now.
So there are some Shastric examples where they did not consult. So here first example we can see that Ugrasena. So that time when this Samba was cursed by these devotees, and then that lump of that was born, and then finally they came to Ugrasena. So Ugrasena thought, okay, so why should consider Krishna? Why should consult Krishna? And then they made it powder and they disposed it. And finally we see the consequence of that. The whole Yadu dynasty, they were destroyed. And then another example, we see that Rishi Gemini. So he was thinking that I'm not very advanced, and Vyasadeva told him that, you see, even if somebody knows that it's right and it's wrong, then his still senses are so strong that one will commit mistake. So he thought, okay, Guru is telling, but I am so advanced now that even I know that what is wrong, then I will not do it. Then Vyasadeva only himself transformed into one lady, and then finally we see that he learned a powerful lesson. So that's how pure devotee also, like great devotee. And then another is Vallabhacharya. So without it, he thought that now I'm like very senior, very advanced. So why I should go in the parampara of great acharyas? So he thought that I can write a better commentary than Siddhar Swami also. So then Mahaprabhu chastised him later on. And like one more example, we can see Sati. So Lord Shiva told that we are not invited. She told, no, maybe like the father has forgotten to give us invitation on this and that. And okay, you remain, I can go. And then finally she burnt herself. So there are like examples like that. And here is like another pure devotee, Garudji. So when Lord Ram and other like devotees, they were like in the snake pass. So that time they needed help of Garudji, and Hanuman went. So Garudji mistakenly thought that he's the supreme Lord. So he thought he's like a human being. How he need my help? He's the supreme Lord. So but then he consulted Lord Shiva, and then finally Lord Shiva told him to consult Kakbhushundis, and then finally his confusion are removed actually. So he consulted actually. But like another example is Brahmaji. So he also thought the Lord to be a very ordinary human being, but he did not consult it. So then he stole the cows and calves of Lord. And then finally, then finally he came and surrendered to the Lord. And, so these are some Shastric examples we can take. And then there are practical examples like many times it happened in when devotees, like sometimes devotees think that no, I can chant 64 rounds, and here only they are telling me 16 rounds, and they are going to Radhakund. And then there was one devotee like that, so he went to Radhakund, and finally after he left Radhakund also, now he's not chanting and staying in home, no devotional service. So he thought that now no need to consult counselor or senior devotees, I can directly go to Radhakund. And then sometimes without consulting superiors, sometimes we read lot of self-help books to apply in preaching. So going to that too much, so leaving Adi Kavi's literatures that like Brahmaji gave all Vedic knowledge. So leaving Adi Kavi literatures, going Stephen Covey's and leaving Bhagavad Gita. So then they will go into that too much, like they will leave their own Prabhupada books only. So and finally they will leave Krishna consciousness. So this happened. And then there was one devotee. So actually he, without consulting, he chose some Mayavadi philosophy, course in the college. And he went into too much Mayavadi that he finally left Krishna consciousness only. Like that. And so this last example I had from Prabhuji's class only. So sometimes, like some devotees, they told that his Radheshyam Prabhu is only teaching device and soul and body, very like basic things. So we want to read Goswami literature. So they left to Vrindavan and Radhakund and then diverted from Parampara.
And got lost also.
Yes, lost.
Last
there are
part
many
very
examples.
important.
So next, like I will pass on to Preet Prabhu. So he'll tell about that, like why one should not go to even Gaudiya Math. Other also one should stick to ISKCON.
So this was the next topic, that if a devotee has gone for some days to Gaudiya Math and he is arguing that first of all there are many questions. The first question was that do such Gaudiya Vaishnava organizations and ISKCON come in the same sampradaya? So no, we have to first check that there are 13 up sampradayas who claim that we are also followers of Lord Chaitanya. So just by one's claim, one cannot say that that is the same sampradaya. We have to check if what values of the sampradaya are still alive in the practice. So we have heard also that after the disappearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the main mood of preaching, the spirit of preaching was lost in some of the disciples. So we cannot be very sure that all the things of sampradaya are same. Secondly, one devotee asked, same devotee asked that what is wrong if we associate them? So the instruction of our founder Acharya is enough to answer that Srila Prabhupada made us very clear that we should not associate freely with his god brothers. We should not hear directly. And there is a pastime also where Bhakti Charu Maharaj went to Gaudiya Math and he tried to hide it from Prabhupada. But Prabhupada confronted and Prabhupada got very angry. The reason he went or was trying to hide was that he wanted to ask that how should we perform last rites or the Samadhi ceremony of Prabhupada. But still, Prabhupada was very angry on Bhakti Charu Maharaj for that. So we should remember that our Acharya is not permitted us to do that. Secondly, we should also understand that there, even if there is some pure, even if we are not sure they may be pure, but still the practices are different. They may worship Gaur Gadadhar. We are mainly focused on worshipping Gaur Nitai. Mangalarti is different. The rules for initiation are different. So on the grass on the other side always looks greener. So we are not sure how one may get bewildered. And apart from that, if one does not think these are enough reason, then he can see the proof by example that before also many people have tried to associate and slowly they have been taken away or they have been deviated or they have stopped bhakti altogether. So last question was that they know more Sanskrit and maybe they have higher knowledge so than ISKCON devotees, so maybe it is good to associate with them. But the problem is first of all, this is an illusion that ISKCON people don't know Sanskrit, or that for that there is a complete different Shastri committee, and there is Vidwan Gaurang who is almost all scriptures have been translated. So if one has such inclination, he can go there. The second is that one should not consider that Prabhupada's books are Prabhupada's books as something cheap, because Prabhupada also used to see from many commentaries, 5 to 10 commentaries, and then he used to present what is the best. Glory of Prabhupada was that he knew everything and he gave only what people can grasp. If Prabhupada had given everything in the Bhagavatam, then that Bhagavatam would have been 4 or 5 times of the size. And he, just like a swan can separate milk from water, similarly Prabhupada gave the books. And even if one considers that someone may have higher knowledge, then he has to think that it was Prabhupada's books on which the whole 7 continents are dancing on the kirtan. No one went to the nook and corner of the world and made devotees the way Prabhupada has made. So ultimately, we should first focus, and even if we want higher knowledge of commentaries, we should consider Prabhupada as a link, that Prabhupada is directing me to these higher commentaries. And if one tries to override that Prabhupada's knowledge is elementary and Goswami's knowledge is higher, then that is an offense. So therefore, he should not try to go for this. Now, next, I would like to call Suman Prabhu for answering the third question.
Hare Krishna. So, as our topic is that we must consult Guru at every stage of our life, even when we are advanced. But we see that there are occasions when devotees tend avoid consulting Guru, they postpone consulting Guru. So, there. What are the reasons? Are you all eager to hear the reasons? Okay, so no worries. I'll just share some stories, and through that we'll try to understand the reason. So how many of you here like hearing stories? Okay, so I will start the first reason. So first reason is Guru may chastise or reject the proposal. That's why devotees don't go to Guru. Like an example can be what happened that once a devotee got job in McDonald's company. So he was thinking that if I go to my authority and say that I have got a job in McDonald's, so Guru, he may say, why to join McDonald's? They are earning money through killing. So he thought that better not consult and accept the join, and what I will do, I will earn money and I will donate to ISKCON in Srila Prabhupada's mission. So that will be better. That is transcendental morality and so many things he was thinking. So then he avoided consulting Guru. So that is the first. And second is that devotees don't want to cut a sorry face in front of Guru. So what happened in ISKCON Dhanbad, once a devotee took the scooter of temple. He went for some seva or something. But he met accident or somehow he broke the scooter. So after after returning, he kept the scooty like fitting all the parts. Somehow fitted the parts, and he left the place. He thought that if I go to my authority, then he may I need to say sorry and so many things. So then he left, and the next devotee come to took the scooty. He just touched the scooty, and the front headlight fall down. He was thinking, "Arey, power aa gaya kya?" Then next time he thought that let's try whether really I have got some extra power or not. He touched, and the front mudguard fall down. So so then they understood that earlier devotee must have broke it, and till now we don't know who was that devotee who broke the scooter. so that is the second reason. And third reason is mind says Guru is very busy. Yes, we see that our Guru he is busy in GVC meetings. He is traveling all over the world. So many seminars, so many meetings. So we think that क्यों डिस्टर्ब करना है गुरु को, चलो हम ही डिसाइड कर लेते ना, क्यों खाली पकड़ का करे सब. So that is the third reason. And fourth reason is extrapolating Guru's instruction. So what happens, Guru may give some specific instruction based on some situation. Like a devotee was sick in temple and nobody was around there to take him to hospital. So authority instructed one devotee that you take the car and take him to hospital. So he did that service. After that, once he thought that for another service or something, he thought that authority ne to bola hi hai, car I can drive, so let's take the car and go for the service. He was not having driving license and all. So this is a case of extrapolating the instruction, because that instruction was based on situation, urgency and emergency, not that it was a general instruction that you can take the temple car at any time. So that is the fourth reason. And fifth is it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. So we all voice devotees. What happened once, a devotee from IST voice, like Durga Puja time, he planned that he will go to home. So he thought that DP camp is there, His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu will be coming, so Prabhu will never allow me to go home. So what he did, he purchased ticket in Tatkal in AC first, and then messaged his counselor that I am going home, Prabhuji. I have this is my ticket. I have already purchased it. So he then counselor told that Arey camp is there. Then he said, sorry Prabhuji, abhi to ticket book ho gaya. Ab main kya karu? So that's how that's the fifth. And sixth is diplomatic nature. That he thinks that I'll be able to hide from Guru. Yes, we all had this tendency in the beginning phase of our life, in devotional life. Like what happened once, a voice devotee, the authorities of voice, they were not there. They were some outside of town. So he went to hostel to visit his friends, and friends told that aaj night we'll watch movie and spend the whole night watching movies. So he thought that in voice no senior is there, So किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. Let's stay in hostel this night. We'll watch movie and wake up late in morning, and then I'll go to voice. No one will be able to come. No one will be able to know that I was in hostel last night. So that one night he stayed in hostel, and gradually he became a permanent resident of hostel only. And there are few more reasons that he want to so that without guru's instruction also I can do something, and he thinks that he knows the guru's heart. And there are many other examples, many other reasons that we think that guru is traditional, he will not understand these modern aspects, modern things and all, so better not consult, like reading Srimad Bhagavatam in Veda base. So I will not ask, I will not purchase Srimad Bhagavatam, I will read from laptop only. Prabhuji will not know that अरे laptop में पढ़ने से क्या क्या फायदा ये सब. So he thinks many things in his mind. So these are the reasons. So the last final concluding, Vishwajit Pro will be giving. He will share some.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to beg for the blessings of all the devotees so that I can speak something, what I've heard. So already many things have been covered. So as the time is less, so I have been given the topic to give some personal life instances where a person was about to take a wrong turn, but because of consulting devotees, he was saved. So let me tell you a story from Mumbai, Chapati Temple. So there lived a devotee, and he was a Girastha devotee working in a share market firm, and he was earning about 25,000 to 30,000 rupees per month. And once upon a time, his friend came to him to learn the share market, and he taught also. And later that friend moved away and he started his own job. After some time, his friend came to him and he told that, what are you doing here earning just 25,000 to 30,000 rupees? I can give you 2.5 crores per month. So that person was shocked. And then he told him about the business, which was quite illegal. And that devotee started pondering upon this thought that, yes, this might be very helpful. And the temple will also get a lot of help from that, because that time Radha Govinath temple was not in very good condition. But before taking the decision, he thought that, let me consult to my Siksha Guru, which was his only Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, at that time Devamrit Prabhu. So he went there and he narrated the whole instance story. And the Maharaj said that, no, it's actually illegal and you should not do it. But the devotee said, no, but this is very nice job. I can solve all the problems of the temple in just 50% of my whole salary which I get. So the Maharaj said, Ki Krishna is not after your wealth, he's not after your money, he's after your devotion. And after taking help from the Maharaj, he said no to the person. And after that, after some years, that person, he continued making a lot of money. He became a billionaire. After some years, three big scams came in Bombay Stock Exchange. And one of the culprits was his friends. And he was put behind the bars. Everything was lost. And through his wife, he sent a message to the devotee that because he was having Krishna, he was saved. So we can see here that by taking counseling guidance from his Siksha Guru, he was finally saved. And let me give a second example, the last example, that once in voice, devotees just said that, why to consult Guru? Why to bother our Siksha Guru? Let us just find our faults within ourselves, and we can just give feedbacks to each other, and we can come out of our faults easily. So what they did, they started taking out fault of each other. But they saw that slowly they started fighting with each other because of fault finding. And this was too much that many of them, they were thinking that they will leave voice. But one devotee, he consulted that we are doing like this. And the brahmachari counselor said that, no, whatever you are doing is very, very wrong. You should not do it. And by that, they were all saved. So, Srila Prabhupada, one question to all of you. That is that one thing that we are misusing from time immemorial, because of which we are still caught in this material world? Yes, free will. Very correct answer. So, in one of his letter to Yageshwar Prabhu in 1972, Srila Prabhupada said, if one is not intelligent enough for making decisions, then all decisions should be sanctioned by the spiritual master. Neophyte means no independent decisions, no free will. That means surrender. So, and as we also know that Srila Prabhupada used to say that as a devotee grows in spiritual life, he considers himself more and more and more neophyte. As we see in the case of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says to Prakashandas Saraswati that God, like my Guru considered me a fool. Nah, that's why he said me not to read Vedanta. So as we grow in spiritual life, we should consider ourselves more and more neophyte, and we should continue to take guidance from a spiritual master so that we can be saved from the wrong decisions, and we can also get the mercy of our spiritual master. Like it has been said, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayati girim yat kripadadam mande Shri Guru dinatarinam. Means if we get the mercy of the spiritual master, we can a dumb person can start speaking, a lame person can climb over a mountain. Impossible become possibles if you take the guidance of a spiritual master. And also we should have faith. Actually, we don't have faith on the spiritual master. We think that I also know very much. I've read all the scriptures. So we are not having faith. And as it has been said in scriptures, Yasya deva parabhaktir yatha deva tatha guru tasya ite gatita artha prakashante mahatmana. If a person is having implicit faith in both spiritual master and Vedic literatures, then only what will happen? All the imports of Vedic knowledge will be transferred to him, will be revealed to him. That's why it's very important that even though we are advanced, we should always have someone to guide. We should always go to our counselor, to a spiritual master, to ask whether we are going right or wrong. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful presentation. Huh? And well presented. Huh? One of the best presentations you can say amongst all. Huh? So, they have written, where is that? Can disconnect it? So, they gave nice relevant quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila. And also, Guru is not only required in the beginning, but all throughout our spiritual life. Very relevant pastimes. They quoted many. Chakshudan, Dilojay pastime, they quoted that, Prabhupada saying. So, also very nice examples like Vedavyas. Even Vedavyas was written all the Vedic literature consulting his Guru, Narada. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself consulting Ishwarapuri. Very relevant to the topic examples. And those who didn't consult, Ugrasena, Rishi Jaimini, Vallabhacharya, Sati, Brahmamlila, very, very nice positive and negative examples they quoted very nicely. Also, they brought some of the vital questions that ISKCON practitioners may have, like, studying self-help books or associating with Gaudiya organizations. See, one true story, one ISKCON brahmachari quarreled with other brahmacharis and left ISKCON and joined Gaudiya Math. And Gaudiya Math, they gave him sannyas at the age of 28 only. He was 28 at 29, he got sannyas. But then he saw, many widows are coming in the morning and some sannyasis are there, but not much going out. No Sankirtan for preaching. Mostly Bengalis were there and other people are not coming. So, because he was used to ISKCON life. So now he started calling his old ISKCON temple, asking, can I come there? Now I like ISKCON. They said, hey, you left here and there you went and took sannyas also from them. Now if you come here in ISKCON, how can you have a 29-year-old boy taking sannyas? People will not connect with you, and you are also now initiated by another guru. So you better stay there only, they said. Don't come here. So there he is not inspired because there is no missionary activities much. It's just maintaining the deities, doing the main routine and just bhajan, which is not suiting him. So he became like a square peg in a round hole. He became a misfit. So Nagarka Nagataka, he became like Trishanku in between. So this is the risk of leaving a good shelter that you already have. We are not against Gaudiya Math, or some of the devotees sitting here may be from Gaudiya organization also. Some of you may be initiated by Gaudiya Math or something, which is not a problem. Recently, there was one devotee coming to ISKCON temple, but wanted to take initiation from one Goswami in Vrindavan. So that Vrindavan Goswami clearly said, See, we come from Nimbarka Sampradaya. ISKCON is in Gaudiya Sampradaya. We chant Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radheshyam, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, we chant. So, and ISKCON teaches Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that is also right. This is also right. But if you want to connect, take initiation from me, you should chant this mantra. This Radhe Krishna mantra, you should chant like that. That Guru told. He is from Nimbarka Sampradaya. So this devotee has a problem. This devotee want to come to ISKCON, connect with devotees, association, go for yatras and render service, preaching, everything, but want to take diksha from that Guru. Therefore, don't mix up things. Huh? Don't mix up. There cannot be rasabas. Huh? So, like for example, sometimes people take hot herbal tea along with khichdi. Actually, khichdi is different and herbal tea is different. You should not mix both. Similarly, how many of you know fruit salad is not good? You know fruit salad they make? Milk, they put custard, they put in that they put this orange, they put grapes. Acidic fruit should never be put in milk. How many of you know that? Correct, yeah. And people make custard, custard and they drink. It's very bad for health. It will create terrible problems in belly. In the same manner, if you are attracted to one guru, take initiation, fully follow that guru. Huh? So, this devotee was told, if you want to take diksha from that Vrindavan guru, go there, stay in the mata, follow fully. Huh? Or if you want to take from ISKCON, fully follow this. Don't, if you put two legs in two boats, you will get nowhere. Huh? So, this kind of points nicely they explain. And many good, questions like reason for avoiding or consulting guru were nicely explained. Well, many of these nice explanations you can get from voice only. If you live in voice, you can come to know. Huh? You can get to see many people doing their leelas. Huh? This is our students' leela. Krishna has Krishna leela and you have students' leela. Huh? You can learn many things from that. So very nice examples. The conclusion was very, very punching and beautiful. He made it. One thing I liked with this team is they have very good clarity of speech. Huh? They are not ambiguous. They are not going here, there. They are sticking to the topic. The topic was to consult and not act whimsical. Very, very beautiful presentation. Haribo. Okay. I want to show you a little bit. See, when Guru is pleased, quickly read it. Take the mic. You can take the mic. You can take the mic and read it. When Guru is pleased, what happens?
When Guru is pleased, disciples' highest objectives are achieved. He becomes more encouraged to go on carrying out the order of the Guru. He wants to please the Guru more and more. There is no limit in the exchange. By this reciprocal energy, the preaching of Krishna consciousness goes on. A disciple's satisfaction to please the previous Gurus in his disciplic succession is secured when he faithfully practices and preaches.
Yeah. You understand, no? You get encouragement in spiritual life if you try to satisfy and please the Guru. Huh? And you experience your development of a personal relationship with Krishna. You see? That's a gift. If you try to please Guru, eventually you start feeling connection with Krishna also very strongly. You depend on Krishna. You consider yourself, I am property of Krishna. You feel sense of belonging. And you very carefully follow. And you courageously face trials and tests sent by Krishna. And you also not only want to practice yourself, you want to distribute Krishna consciousness like Prahlad is doing to others also. In this way, you grow very nicely in spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada ki. So thank you all very